Hello everyone, this is Jaden Dunn with Kiss My Glass Antiques and Luke. And we're back in Cuba today at Lone Star Antique Mall, which is right next to Two Old Crows, which is where we were at last week. And we're looking for vintage or antique glassware for my collection or for resale. So let's go inside and see what we can find. Okay guys, so we're back to the voiceover this week because they were blaring music. But the first thing we found was this cool penguin cross stitch. It's got like the little fish at the bottom and the little geese at the top, and they wanted $13 for it, which isn't bad, but we did leave it behind, but I wanted to get it on camera. Then they had this cute little tiny head vase. I mean, it's tiny, look at my hand, and they only wanted $18 for it, which honestly is a really good price, and I probably missed out on my opportunity getting it, but that's okay. It was really pretty, and it was in great condition as well. Here we have a Fenton crinkle, what is that, cranberry glass, because it says cranberry crested bowl. Only $12. This is an older Fenton piece, I believe. $12 is a great price for it. There I was trying to turn it over, and I was struggling. And of course it is cased glass, so it has the milk glass on the outside. Then over here, they have this Right Moon and Stars Epern, and we have one just like this, except ours is amber. This guy's been here for a while because they want $60 for it, and that is a little high. I would say these go for like $45. I haven't checked on them in a while though, so I could be wrong. Down at the bottom here, they have this little Ellie Smith girl with the geese, and then next to it was an Indiana glass, Bars and Stars fairy lamp, and then in the back corner there were just a couple little oil lamps. They didn't have a lot of glass here. We stopped looking at these cutting boards. We were checking out the price and such because Luke actually made some cutting boards for Christmas. Luke and my dad actually. And so we were checking out the prices of those and comparing them to Luke's. Then I was looking at this table because it's like an old sewing machine bottom that they made into a table. And I walked over here and it said $29 on this thing. And I was like, if this is $29, we're going to buy it. But Luke looked around it and there's actually a tag for, I think it was $195. So we left it behind. But it was cool. And here we have like a medium Ellie Smith compo in like a blue, almost a peacock. And they wanted $110 for this, and I just wanted to let you know that even though it does have the tag right there, that is outrageous. That is outrageous price. $110 is way too much for this piece. I'm thinking like $35 or $40 maybe for it. It did have one chip on the lid, which I did show just a second ago. The compo itself did not look like it had any chipping on the rim, and was in good condition, but that was just an outrageous price on that. They had some other depression glass right there. The pink depression glass. And then, of course, the uranium glass as well. And then down here on the floor, actually, they have this cute little green vase, which we didn't have the flashlight with us today. But I would almost bet that it was uranium glass. It was super short, though, which I haven't seen one like it. We did leave it behind. I put it up there on the shelf with the rest of it, though, so that it doesn't get kicked over in the floor. My finger was in the way there. And then in this booth, which is probably the best booth in the house, they had lots of Fenton. This booth always has lots of Fenton. And this is like one of the coolest Fenton vases I've seen. It was in, of course, a cranberry, but it's a frosted cranberry. And this is like a square vase, and they have like dimples in them. So that was really cool. I showed the tag just a second ago, and I can't remember how much they wanted for it. Then over here they had this Fenton fairy lamp, but it was uranium glass, and they wanted $95 for it. Custard satin glass. It glows in the black light is what I meant. Then they have, of course, the rest of those right there, also Fenton. And then on top here, there is this cameo glass, Fenton cameo glass, little compo or lidded candy dish, and it was really pretty. the opalescence on it was like just a little bit, so that made the amber pop too. Looked like there was no damage to either piece. It was really pretty. Then I wanted to take a look at this little cabinet. And over here, this pink opalescent swirl cranberry glass Fenton dish caught my eye. It was super pretty. The opalescent on it was like almost glowing. Spiral optic rose bowl, and they wanted $38 for that, which I didn't think was too bad because it was super pretty, but I don't know retail value on Fenton quite as well as other things. Then right here in the corner is an Ellie Smith Scroll Carnival glass canister. I think this is the second to largest one. Like the Moon and Stars canisters, they also have the scroll canisters and a couple other styles. This is only $8, which is kind of crazy. It says that it had a chip on the lid, but almost every one of those canisters has a chip on the lid, so nothing too crazy. And then right here was like this glass hand. Now, most of the glass hands you see are glove molds, but I believe this one was actually made as a ring holder, as they're using it like right now. And you don't see these very often for $50. Usually they're more than that, I believe. But I know a lot of people collect them. Also, I wanted to take a look at this ring. I thought it was cool. And the other ring on there had a price, but that one didn't. So, that's silly. And then Luke wanted me to show you guys this pipe stand down here because he said it was really cool. Which it is cool, but how many pipes do you need? Then they had these mid-century butterfly canisters over here. And it was $55 for the set of 2, which isn't too bad. I believe one of the people we follow on Instagram has like a whole set of these in their kitchen. They had a big one, and it did have this flower on the back. And then they had that little bitty one right next to it. These are just ceramic, like, canisters. And it also had a flower on the back. Then over here we found this Fenton Paisley Bell, and we actually got one of these like this for Grandma, but it was like a custard glass, and it was really pretty, and it glows in a UV light like crazy. But this one is just a regular old green. This might be more of like a spring green. They didn't have it tagged as Fenton, but it is Fenton. It did have the little bell dinger in it. Let's fix the tag on it, flip it over. And then the last thing we have here is this really cool Snoopy clock. There's also a Bud Light clock right next to it, but you know, I was looking at the Snoopy one. He has like a little butterfly net in his hands, and it's like in his hands are the clock hands, so I thought that was really cute. And I couldn't get it to focus on anything but my fingernail, so I apologize for that. There wasn't a lot of glass today, but we made do with what we had, so. Okay guys, so that was Lone Star Antiques in Cuba, Missouri. It's the one right next to the one we came to last time, or last week. They're like right next to each other. We didn't get anything. There wasn't really a lot of glass in there. There was some good Fenton, but we didn't end up getting any of that. But thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Remember, we have like about a month until we are at our 1 year mark on YouTube, and we're trying to hit 500 subscribers, so make sure you guys are subscribed. YouTube says only about 80% of our viewers are subscribed, so like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.